How's it going tonight, guys? Here for the update video for Gregtech 6.03.23, and this one adds a bunch of crystal stuff. Crystal charger, crystals themselves. But before we get into that, first thing on the changelog is a compatibility with IC2 Classic. Remember, this is only for IC2 Classic. This will change nothing if you're using regular IC2 Experimental. USB 2.0 sticks and higher are now available to store IC2 Classic reactor planner plans. So you can use the stick to go from your reactor planner and store it. I'm hoping eventually it'll be able to be used in a reactor as well, or you can change it over and it'll put like a ghost thing in there. But right now it's just for storing them, so you can bring them up at a later date and see the plan layout that you have. Let's see, that only works with IC2 Classic version 1.2.1. And I did check the Curse launcher. It is up and available, and I've tested it out on my private pack where I'm testing Gregtech 6 and IC2 Classic together, and everything loads up just fine. There was a ninja fix for electrical tools, like my chainsaw here. You can see the EU level of them that was missing apparently. I hadn't noticed. So now they take power again. Canning machine recipe for IC2 fuel rods was fixed. Look up mocks here. See how they have this little damage indicator? Apparently when they were done in the Gregtech canning machine, they didn't have the damage value, which means they wouldn't work in a reactor. So that was fixed. Let's see. Change the USB switch now requires a selector cover. That's the USB switch that you need for, did I say reactor cover? Selector cover. That's what's needed for the mass fabricator or the replicator to tell it what you're making with it. And due to that, there are 2 new covers that have been added, and they are basically just for selecting things. That is the redstone selector and the manual selector. So you have one that uses redstone to determine how you select it, which is a comparator, a circuit above tier 2, it looks like, so I don't see tier 1 in there, a copper cable and a blank cover, and then your manual is just a button. And so one thing I don't like about the being able to use any circuit, it doesn't tell you which circuit is the lowest tier you can use. So you have to sit here and watch it filter through all of them. But it looks like that's a tier 2 as well, and a blank cover. So the only real difference is the button or comparator. You can see it's selector cover that is controlled by redstone or that is controlled by buttons. Let's see. Redstone selector covers and manual selector covers, they can be used to select the slot used by the USB switch. It's a requirement to have the selector cover on this block. the packet count emitted by battery boxes, crystal chargers, and similar energy storage boxes. The signal strength inside a Gregtech redstone wire would only make sense if you use the manual selector with this. Alright, so that's your new covers. Now you have flax seeds and cotton seeds. Now, there is one minor issue with this at the moment. If you look at cotton seeds here, which would be Pam's cotton seeds for what we have, I don't know if there's any others that will work this way, but if you put them into a Gregtech squeezer, you will now get lubricant. So we now have our first way of making lubricant. There is also IC2 flax, IC2 crops flax, but I do believe that is a Gregtech crop. Let's see, IC2 item crop seed. So maybe it is an IC2 crop. I can never remember which were added by IC2 and which were added by Gregtech, but they just drop string. They don't drop a seed, so you would need another mod's flax seed. IC2's flax seed will not work, but Pam's Harvest Craft Cotton definitely does. Now, sunflower, I think, would be a good one to have for that as well, but at least we have something. So now I got a new setup to make, so I can make lubricant for my buzzsaw. Let's see, magnifying glass can be used on an advanced button to reveal its settings. So when you click on it, it'll pop it up down in your chat log down here and tell you what settings it has on it. I don't have any here, so I can't really show you. I gave the only one I had to Crazy because I painted it pink. Now for the chargers and the crystals. This is the major update this time. We have crystal chargers from tier 0 to tier 9. Only up to 5 are craftable. Anything 6 and above is not currently craftable. Tier 0 is your ultra low voltage, which takes still osmium wires, so you're not going to be doing this until way later in the game, or at least you find a palladium and iridium platinum vein, so you can run it through Aqua Regia, not Aqua Regina, Aqua Regia, to get some osmium out of it. The iridium, that is. Or you can go scour the nether, because we did find out that there are small iridium now in the nether. That'll take a bunch, but you could do it. And the end has small platinum and maybe iridium. Don't remember. I haven't been to the end here on this server yet, even though we've had it up for a year. We still haven't gotten there yet. But anyways, so your crystal chargers are going to take emerald. Let's see if that's the same. Yeah, it's the same for all of them. It's going to take the emerald crystal processors. It's going to take 2 circuits, and it looks like the ultra low voltage will take tier 1, so will the LV, and then you're going to go up from there standard. You're going to have 4 of your force field emitters, which is your osmium wires, either fine osmium wires or 1x, 2x, 3x, and so on. And then you're going to have a tin alloy casing, aluminum casing, galvanized stainless, and titanium. So that's your charger. Then you have the actual crystals themselves. They're called Enderium crystals. You have small, medium, large, and huge. And they're pretty easily made. They're just an energy crystal compressed. But it takes a lot of EU. Well, in this case, it would be KU a tick to do it. And then all you're going to do going up from there is put 4 of them together, compress them, and that'll make your next level. Now, the one thing I see here is there is no tier 0 crystal. So I'm not quite sure, without getting there myself and doing a bit of testing, if what exactly crystal you're supposed to put in the tier 0, since this is actually a tier 1 crystal. But as you can see, they hold but tons of power. And let's see what it says in the changelog about them here. Crystal chargers, laser equivalent of battery boxes. Some old folks may know of a similar thing from Industrial Craft 1. I'm an old folk, but I don't even remember that. But basically, these things will take laser units in and store that power. Let's see. And I'm guessing it'll then put out the laser unit to your mass fabricator, your Maverick fabricator, your or mass fabricator, replicator, things like that that need the LU power in major abundances. Let's see. Added 5 tiers of Energium crystals going from, let's count the zeros here, 320,000 LU to 819,200,000 LU. They are charged with laser energy instead of electricity and store a lot more energy than batteries. And then there's a laser energy absorber that was added as well from LV to IV. And this uses crystalline silicon plates, 2 circuits, which will be from tier 1 to tier 5 up there, and machine casing for that tier, cables for that tier times 2, and a sapphire crystal processor. Processor will be the same on each one. So then this will take your LU in and it'll put out EU. So you can transfer your LU back to EU with the laser absorber. So that looks like that's it for this week. And there isn't a whole lot of that I'm going to be testing anytime soon, because I've got to get a bunch of iridium to be able to do most of it. I will be setting up the cottonseed to make lubricant hopefully this week. Got a few other things that I still need to get done around here, but that's what I have planned. Have a great day. If you have any questions, let me know as usual, and hit up Greg on IRC if you're interested, or on the IC2 forums on the Gregtech 6 thread if you'd like to go straight to him. Have a great one, and see you next time.